The video you're about to watch was shot before all this COVID craziness started. It's about mastering the chemistry in the cleaning industry. I wanted to make this video for anyone starting out in the cleaning industry because I think it's one of the most important aspects to becoming a successful cleaner. You see, advertising never worked for me. It's too expensive, it attracts the wrong type of clientele when it does work, but more often than not, it just doesn't work. So I built my business on referrals, and I was able to do that because of two things. The first was, I built relationships with my clients. Who is the first person you think of when you need something done? Friends or family, right? So I made my clients friends and I made them family so that when they needed something cleaned, they would think of me first. But that's not enough by itself because you need to be able to deliver. You don't want people to think of you first and then their very next thought is, oh, but I'm not gonna call that guy because he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. And that's the second thing I built my business on: education. I went to every class that was available. I learned everything I could about the products that I was using so that I would be able to solve any problem that I was presented with. That earned me lots of repeat business and referrals and eventually led to other cleaning companies in my area calling me to help them with things that they didn't know how to do or they were afraid to try. So that's why I say if you really want to be a successful cleaner, you need to master the chemistry. And that's what this video is about. I hope you enjoy it.
Magic Carpet Man.
Heading to a job right now. It's kind of a new client. I've cleaned for them once before. It was last summer, and it was kind of an interesting job. See, I like Bridgepoint products, so I buy my chemicals from Interlink Supply. But I don't have an Interlink Supply local to me. The closest one is 2 hours for me. It's actually 2 hours in any direction from me. I can get to an Interlink Supply. And for that reason, I go twice a year and do a big chemical purchase, just load up the van. Of course, there are some products outside the Bridgepoint line that I like, particularly with urine treatment. And since I go through that pretty quick, I just go to a local janitorial supply place near me as needed. It's nice to be able to pop in there in a pinch and grab something that I might need. Last summer, popped into my local place to buy pet urine treatment. They carry Pro's Choice and ChemSpec and things like that. I like Pro's Choice OSR. That's always been my go-to for pet urine treatment. But I went in there, I don't know, probably June or July, and they were out. They didn't have any of the OSR, so I bought OS1 and quickly became hooked on that. That's now my go-to for pet urine treatment is the OS1. But it goes a lot quicker than the OSR because it's liquid, it's ready to use, it's not a powder. So I go through it a lot quicker. But I went in a week or two later, I needed more, and they were out of the OS1. So I tried another product, totally different brand, very similar idea to the OS1, you know, an oxidizer with a polymer and some other things in it. I didn't like that one nearly as much, but they still didn't have OSR. And they were out of OS1 now. And so I went back a few weeks later and they still hadn't restocked. And I asked them, what's going on, guys? Like, it's been all summer. You don't have any urine treatment. You don't have, you're out of all your Pro's Choice. Are you not going to carry it anymore? Or, oh, no. We need to make an order, or we made an order and it hasn't come in. I don't know what the deal was, but the whole summer I could not get urine treatment. So by August, I was really getting a little nervous because I had some stuff on the van, but I was running very low. I was just so busy by the beginning of August that taking a 2-hour drive to Interlink, spending 30 minutes, maybe an hour at Interlink, and then spending another 2 hours in the car, I just didn't have a half a day to commit to making a big chemical run. Unless I rescheduled a job or two, which I just didn't want to do for something that I can normally just get locally. So in August, I had 2 very, very busy weeks. I was slammed. And in those 2 weeks, I had 6 clients who all called to schedule carpet cleaning appointments, but none of them, all 6 of them, failed to mention anything at all about having pet stains. Dog pee, cat pee, all 6 of them had pet spots that they wanted treated, but none of them mentioned anything about it until I showed up at their door. I was able to get by on the product that I wasn't, really excited about. It got the job done, but it wasn't great. And so I managed to scrape by on what I had in the van. So this client that I'm going to now, was number 6 of those 6 clients that called and didn't mention pet urine. And I was actually planning to make a trip the day after I cleaned this person's house. I was going to make a run out to Interlink, but I just did not have time to straighten out my chemical situation before I did this job. And this job was a big urine contamination job. Stains and odors both. So I had to access everything that I know about cleaning carpet and then dig through my van and cobble together a urine treatment in order to treat the urine stains on this carpet. And I did it. Cross-referencing what I had in my brain with what I had in the back of the van, I was able to cobble together something to treat all of the stains with and all of the smell with. And it worked. And obviously it worked well enough that she was happy because she called back, and I'm heading out there right now to clean her carpet again. It's just a reminder, though, of how important it is to understand the chemistry that we're working with. Not just knowing that Zone Perfect is a carpet pre-spray, and you spray it on before you clean the carpet, or that Stain Magic will get red wine out of carpet. We really need to understand what these products are, what the active ingredients are, how they work, why they work, so that when we're in a pinch, we can read labels and see what else we have that contains these ingredients and will work in a pinch. That's what I did, and it got me through the job and got me a repeat client. Yeah, I can't emphasize, the importance of knowing all this chemistry enough, Not chemistry like in a lab, but the chemistry that we're using, these chemicals that we all have on our vans. It's the difference between being a professional cleaner and just a soak and sucker. Short but sweet. Didn't clean as much this time as I did last time. She didn't need as much done. I just cleaned it 6 months ago, so shouldn't be too big of a surprise. Didn't clean as much carpet as last time, but cleaned the skirt on a Chase where her dog used to lay up against the Chase lounge. Got it all dirty and greasy. Makes me happy, though, to see the carpet 6 months later and to see that what I did not only worked at the time, but it had no adverse effect and did exactly what I hoped it would do. It's a good confidence booster when you have to improvise in a pinch like that. And then when you come back and see your results and everything worked just fine. There's more than one way to skin a cat. And the more ways you know how to skin a cat, the better off you're gonna be. Be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram and hit that like and subscribe button. Help my channel out. Until the next one, stay clean.